Welcome to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so our customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in the comfort of their own home. If you like this watch and would like to purchase it at the lowest price anywhere online, click on the link in the description below to buy it at JazzTime.com. Today, I'll be reviewing the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak self-winding chronograph in black ceramic, reference 26240CE.OO.1225CE.02. I'll tell you a little bit about the history, then I'll tell you about where this watch stands in the lineup of other similar chronographs. Then I'll tell you about the case, bezel, dial, bracelet movement, finally try it on and give you my thoughts. So just a little background, the Royal Oak was the world's first luxury sports watch. Yes, those two words, luxury and sports, together in the same sentence. They created this segment. Gerald Genta created it in 1972, which is approximately 50 plus years ago. And since then, it's gone on to spawn, I would say, the largest segment of watches anywhere. Every brand, or at least I would say almost every brand, I might even say every brand actually, has a luxury sports watch segment to their line of watches. Of course, they have dress watches, circular watches, stuff like that. But every brand worth buying has a luxury sports watch in their collection. Anyways, so that credit goes to AP. Now, where does this watch stand in the lineup? Well, AP makes a lot of different Royal Oaks, and they can be separated by their complication. They start with time and date only, and then the chronograph would be the next complication. After that, they have the tourbillon, they have open works, and perpetual calendars, and grand complications. So it's right in the beginning, the chronograph. It's not their most complicated, but it's not their most simple. So I don't want to say basic, but it's right in the beginning of it. It's not their super complicated ones. They make really complicated ones like open works and such, and perpetual calendars and such. Okay, anyways, with that said, within the chronograph family, they make also a lot of different variations. This is the only one that they make on ceramic material. So they make steel ones. They make it in white gold, rose gold, yellow gold, all sorts of stuff. But they don't make it in they only make it in ceramic in black. They don't make a white ceramic in chronograph. At least not yet, at least as of 25. So if you want a ceramic watch, then yeah, this would be the one to get. And it's very, not only cool, but also beautiful. Excuse me. So let's start with the review itself, starting with the case. Now the case is a 41 millimeter case. It's the same case that they use on the steel, gold, and all the rest of the versions. 41 millimeters for my thumb and my index finger. And you might be wondering, if you don't like the size, well, unfortunately, there's no other size for the ceramic. They only make it in 41. Although they might start making it in other sizes later on, but who knows? But at least as of 25, they're only making it in size 41. The thickness is also quite nice. It's at 12.4, so it's, I would say, unremarkable, meaning it's not much to say about the thickness. I mean, which is not a bad thing. It's not too thick and it's not too thin. So they just made it just right. That's why it's unremarkable. And 41 is going to be right for most men. So, okay, well, since we're talking about the case, let's see what else makes it so nice. Well, it's black ceramic case, meaning it's not going to scratch or fade with time. It's going to look the same like it has the day that you get it. That's one of the benefits of ceramic. Now, I can say, though, ceramic, it can chip and it can actually crack, but you do have to hit it pretty hard. So just normal use, it's not going to scratch or anything. It's going to look pretty much perfect from the day you get it, which is a great thing because we like our watches to look like the day they were born. So, okay, what else you can notice about it? They keep the same good finish overall. They keep a nice satin finish on top with a polished bevel edge that runs down the edge of the bracelet. And ceramic, as I understand, is even harder to work with than titanium, which is the reason why they make even fewer of these than harder metals to use, like such as titanium. It's one of the hardest materials to work with. I never worked with it, but I that's what I've read. So I'm gonna believe that. And it's one of the best materials because of the quality I just stated. It's not scratching. For more or less, it's scratch proof. You can scratch it actually. I've seen it scratched before, but it's not easy to scratch it. Much more, I'd say, much more scratch resistant. All right. With that said, let's go ahead and move on to the bezel. Bezel here also is made of ceramic, but these screws, these hexagonal screws, six-sided screws, which are actually acceptors for the screw that's coming from the backside. They're made of white gold, and they are aligned perfectly so that they're not at a random array. If you look at some other brands such as Hublot, they align their screws in a random array, which looks a little chaotic to me, to be honest. I like the way that AP does it in this very well-aligned manner. Okay, now what else you can say about the bezel? Again, they do a great job of mixing high polish and satin finished. The top of it is satin finished, and the beveled edge is high polish, which matches the beveled edge on the case as well as on the bracelet and gives it a very harmonious look. All right, moving on to the dial here. Now, again, really AP knocks it out of the park when it comes to this. They did their typical grand tapisserie pattern, which is their waffle design, this black, right? These little waffles. They call it the grand tapisserie. But they decided to put the accents, meaning the hour markers, hands, and the sub counters, they decided to put that in gold. Now, why gold? Well, probably because gold is a good accent against black. If they made it all in black or all in silver, it might be difficult to see, or it might not pop. So they decided, let's put a splash of gold. So they put this in rose gold accents throughout the dial, and it's either white or with these rose gold accents. And so that really makes it pop. If you ask me, I really think that's what makes this watch really stand out. Of course, it has this beautiful black ceramic, but also the accents really help. I think if they had done it in silver, this watch would have really fallen flat and been quite boring, to be honest. But they didn't. In typical AP fashion, they did it all correct, as they should. Really, really nicely done. All right, let's move on to the bracelet now. The bracelet is something that AP really does well. I mean, I want to say their bracelet is probably the best on the market. I think they do a better job on the bracelet than the Nautilus. And why do I say that? Because it's very supple. It's distinguishable, and it's and it matches the rest of the watch. It looks, and they're the first brand to make an integrated watch. And what I mean by integrated, they integrate both the case and the strap so that it looks harmonious and looks as if it were designed by a single person at a single sitting, which it was. Other watches, sometimes they design the case and they just slap on, some generic bracelet that doesn't really, match with it. That's not the case here. And so this formula has been tried and tested, and other brands have really just basically copied it. In fact, Rolex, I believe, has even copied the Royal Oak in making the Rolex Oak. The Rolex Land Dweller. And that watch is also an integrated bracelet in their own style, of course, but the concept, I believe, all stemmed from AP. So we got to really give credit where credit is due. Let's move on here to the movement. Movement also is a very nice movement. They actually created this movement around 2017 or so. It's a caliber 4401, has 381 parts. It's all in-house done, 70-hour power reserve, and they use the same movement in their codes, code 1159, as well as their Chronograph Royal Oaks. It's a good movement, so there's no reason to not. It has a beautiful cutout rotor, as you see here, and I really like the way that the rotor sits. Or actually, I really like the movement in general. I think they did a great job on it. So I'm gonna say definitely 2 thumbs up. And I like, normally the rotor will be in a precious metal, but since this watch is black ceramic, they did the rotor in black. But I don't believe that the rotor is ceramic because it would be weightless, or at least not enough weight, because ceramic is quite light. So I believe it's still in their normal gold that they use, but they just do a black finishing on it, which allows the rotor to turn and wind the barrel and therefore store energy and release the energy as needed. So, but anyways, what is cool is they really kept a harmonious look here. I think that is cool, pretty cool. All right, so that is everything. Let's try this watch on my wrist and give you my thoughts. Now, my thoughts are, first just start with this so you can get some reference. I'm 200 pounds. I have a 7.5 inch wrist. I'm 6 foot tall. So you see what it looks like on me, and 41 really looks great. Now, this watch is retailing for 80 something thousand. After tax, it's going to cost you around 90,000 or so. And we're selling it at jazztime.com right around 100 plus. And so it's a little bit over retail, yeah. But this is a very difficult watch to get at your AD. You're going to have to buy a lot of stuff before you get this. It's going to be like your, I don't know, your fourth, fifth, whatever watch at AP after eating a bunch of dogs. Or you can just buy it with a slight premium and get it right away at jazztime.com by clicking on the link in the description below. So my thoughts are that, you know, if you want a Chronograph Royal Oak and you don't ever want it to scratch, you want it to look the same the day that you got it, then definitely the ceramic is the one for you. It's not as luxurious looking as gold, but not everybody wants to wear gold because it looks very showy, flashy, and black ceramic looks a lot more undercover and just very hip. It's people that know that this is a very expensive watch. Actually is even more expensive than the gold one. Can you believe it? Ceramic, which is a non-precious material, is more expensive than gold that is mined from the ground. It's crazy to think about that, right? But the difficulty in making it, the rarity of it, etc., makes it priced at where it is. And so it just really is a very special watch. You know, it's much more special than, I believe, putting it on yellow gold or rose gold or steel, you know, to put this watch on ceramic. And AP is one of the few brands that takes special materials to the next level. You know, brands like Patek or Rolex, they stick with traditional stuff, metals, you know, steel, titanium, rose gold, yellow gold, white gold, this kind of stuff, even platinum. But they don't venture into special materials. Brands such as AP, Hublot, and Richard Mille, they all use these special materials. And AP is a master, actually, at using ceramic. So probably the master. I believe they do so much of it, they even sell some of it to other brands. So anyways, I'm definitely going to give this watch 2 thumbs up. I love the black. I'm sure if they made it in other colors like blue or white, it would totally kill it. They make a killing on it. I'm sure they probably will at some point, but right now it's in black and it looks great. So look, if you want to buy this watch, please go to jazztime.com to buy it at the lowest price anywhere online.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to Model as seen in video, click on it and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.